Whether it's The Undertaker's gong, Stone Cold Steve Austin's glass shattering, or The Rock's If You Smell intro, WWE themes have always had some form of recognizability about them. However, WWE now have a major problem on their hands with a lot of their themes for superstars in recent times sounding really generic and really boring. If you are new to the channel, of course, welcome. How you doing? My name is The Catch. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss another upload, and turn on those post notifications as well. It really helps the channel grow, and let's get straight into it. So if you look back over the history of WWE theme songs within the WWE, there have always been some absolute banging tracks and some absolute iconic themes that have fitted superstars' characters so well over the decades. I mean, Hulk Hogan's Real American is a great example. Of course, I mentioned The Undertaker's gong, Stone Cold Steve Austin's glass shattering, The Rock's If You Smell, Edge's theme song for Pete's sake. Batista's intro to his theme is just iconic in every stretch of the imagination. Even someone as simple as Carlito, who had an awesome theme during the Ruthless Aggression era, even John Cena and the likes of Randy Orton as well, have always had really good theme songs. Which begs the question, why are they so bad now? And I had a good think about this, and I came up with a couple of reasons. Number one, their incumbent music creator, Def Rebel, have had the contract since 2020. Now, they've been working on WWE Superstars theme songs since just before and well into the pandemic started, the COVID-19 pandemic. And with the exception of Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and a couple of others, theme songs they've created for superstars in recent times have been really bad. Like the new theme song for DIY is pretty pathetic. The new theme song for the Creed brothers is pretty pathetic. So unless you're like a top or an existing superstar who has some really good music, then Def Rebel aren't really giving you the best music they can at the moment. And you can notice it with the fans. The fans are like, what the hell is this? Who is actually coming out? We actually have no idea who's coming out until we see what's on the Titantron. And this is particularly evident at the Royal Rumble when, you know, the timer goes down and it hits the 0 seconds and the buzz happens. You expect like the initial pop of whoever's coming out to come out with their theme song. But because it's so generic, you have no idea who's coming out, and this affects both men's and women's Royal Rumble. In relation to the Royal Rumbles, I'm specifically talking about the 22 men's and women's Royal Rumbles and the 2024 women's and men's Rumbles in terms of theme music. While the Rumbles itself were pretty good, the theme music for a lot of superstars coming out, you could never really tell who was coming out. Like JD McDonough's theme song is just a remixed Judgment Day version of his actual theme song. But even when I heard it initially, I was like, oh, who's JD McDonough coming out? Only because of the Titantron showed me who it was. But I didn't recognize it based off his music. Like, why would I? It's not as if, you know, McDonough has really great music to begin with. But at least with like someone like Dominic Mysterio, at least his remixed Judgment Day version theme, you can actually sort of recognize it because it's got that sort of Rey Mysterio style beat to it. And it's got a sort of Mexican vibe. You can sort of easily know it's Dominic Mysterio straight away. But then you look outside of Def Rebel's contract, you look at all the superstars who have really good and recognizable theme songs, the likes of Cody Rhodes, CM Punk to begin with, and you go, why are they so good? And that's because they're actually done by external artists. And in that case, WWE has paid licensing fees to these bands, the likes of Downstate and I think it's Living Colour, the one that does CM Punk's theme song. And they pay him significant money just to play those songs for their superstars. But at the same time, it gives them a sense of recognizability as well. As soon as that first beat hits, you know exactly who it is because of the music. And that's another thing why Def Rebel haven't quite cottoned on to, is the fact that aside from Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and a couple more recent ones, the likes of Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso's remix versions of their theme songs, Def Rebel really haven't got the big picture on what makes a WWE theme song. A lot of WWE's problem in this area stems from the fact that they released Jim Johnston, their long-term music composer, from his role in 2017, which was viewed by many fans and people within the industry as a bit of a mistake because Johnston just knew how to make a theme song fit a character. Like I was reading, like when he was discussing Stone Cold Steve Austin's theme song and when he was making it, he goes, I thought of a car accident only because of the horrible sound it makes. Then I went to glass, but the sound of the glass was so thin that I needed to make it bigger. So I added the car crash. Right away I said, I get it. That's Steve Austin. That was the best part of the job, creating a theme that fit the character. As soon as you heard Stone Cold Steve Austin's, it felt like it had already been his theme for years. And that's the issue. As soon as you hear a theme nowadays that isn't one of your top guys and it's something recent that Def Rebel have created, like DIY's new theme, I mean, you know it's DIY because the first line of it is we are DIY, right? I mean, that's easy enough to sort of know it's DIY, but it's not a recognizable theme. There's no beat that gets me off the chair. It makes me want to sit down, in all honesty. And I think that's what Def Rebel are missing. They're not getting that exact thing. They're not bringing fans out of their seats. The reason why Cody Rhodes has such a good vibe with the audience and such a good work with the crowd is because as soon as he hears that initial beat to Kingdom play, it's like, oh, it's Cody Rhodes, shit's about to go down sort of thing. As soon as you hear the first beat of Roman Reigns' theme, you know it's Roman Reigns. And credit to Def Rebel where it's due, because that Roman Reigns theme is probably one of my top 5 favorite themes of all time. But it is only, unfortunately, one case in every 5 they do. Why is it so difficult for them to not create a good theme song? Why is that so difficult? I get that they let Jim Johnston go, but I really think they should have kept him on as like a consultant role just to help whoever was in after them, the likes of CFO, Def Rebel now, and whoever takes the contract afterwards, because as of right now, these theme songs are pretty tragic, and the ones that are good, those wrestlers are getting older, and it'll only be a matter of time before they either retire or move on, and then you're left with, how do you rebuild a business? How do you rebuild your top stars? And you need good theme music, and that's what made the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression era so good, is because you had so many superstars with recognizable theme songs. I mentioned Carlito's theme song at the start of the video. That was amazing back in the day, and when he came back from injury late last year, I believe it was, they changed it to completely different. I'll play a snapshot of what it was originally and what it is now.
You know what coolness you're looking at?
As you can see, drastic differences between the two. I don't know why they changed it, why they thought they had to change it, but when Carlito came out to his old OG theme song, I should say, his original theme song in Puerto Rico in Backlash early last year, the crowd went ballistic for it. A, because he hadn't been seen in WWE forever, but B, because that theme song is so iconic. And when they changed it to that rubbish theme I just played a couple seconds ago, why? What was the point of that? And I think that is the issue, is the fact that by letting someone the caliber of Jim Johnston go, Def Rebel really haven't got that experience to be able to make a compelling and really good theme song for their superstar. So where do we go from here? That is the question. Well, it's obvious that Triple H needs to sort of talk with Def Rebel and go, look guys, you need to make some better theme songs for our superstars, because what you're currently putting out isn't really getting over with the WWE universe. If they can't do that, then he needs to look elsewhere for another label or another musician, or just someone who gets it, what needs to fit a WWE superstar. Even if it's bringing back Jim Johnston in a consultant role, just to help whoever's there at this point in time, just to help them make good theme songs for superstars again, because that'll be the best part, having superstars that you can vibe along with, it you can play on YouTube over and over again, and just stuff you just really would enjoy as a WWE fan. And I think if that happens and they do work on that bit and get it to a point where it's really good, it's good for the business in general. But that has been the end of this video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. What do you think of WWE theme songs at the moment? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Are you sort of in the middle about them? Whatever the case, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you with another video very soon, and I'll catch you later.